Today, my girlfriend and I are traveling to 5 different countries within 30 days, visiting some of the most unique Airbnbs in the entire world in the OMG category. If you don't know what that is, the OMG category consists of a bunch of properties that you would not think exist, but somehow do. Our first stop today is in the Netherlands, where we're staying in a windmill. Okay, let's go inside. This is wild. This is our living room.
Our cute little living room where you could read a book right here in this little cute moment that overlooks the water and the rest of the property and the windmill right here. You can see it. Our dining room, and then over here is our cute little kitchen moment, and then all the wooden beams just throughout the mill is so cool.
This took me off guard. I did not know there was a downstairs.
So you have to duck, otherwise you'll take your head off.
So like Lydia said, you have to duck. I'm like super crouched down right now, but it does open back up and I can stand straight up right now without ducking.
Which is important.
But yeah, there's a rainfall shower.
With a skylight above, which is so cool. You can see the mill from here. You can see it in action, you know, that we're going. And then Gavren found this out. I guess my feet are just super cold, but the floors are heated.
Heated floors, let's go. Gotta show them the bedroom.
Where's our bedroom?
Yeah, exactly. The bedroom is like the craziest part. So the bedroom is just above, and this is the special moment. And there's something extremely unexpected in this Airbnb that I wasn't even ready for, and I knew what it was when I got here because it's just so much better. But if you look up, this is the moment. You can actually see the gears, and like Lydia has been saying, if this was in motion,
we'd be able to see it all going.
From right here. Like, how cool is that? You can see a reflection, but you can also see the gears. But even still, there's more stuff to go look at. If we go outside, there's e-bikes, there's the garden, the farm. So let's go head outside and check out the rest of the grounds. Look at my foot and look at the steps. Like, look at this. You have to go down
Yeah, do the sideways method.
Yeah, you gotta go down sideways or else this is not possible.
This is where our bikes.
Muscles.
Our bikes.
Yes.
Our bikes.
One bike, two bike, and my mic. Oh God. You can actually take these e-bikes all the way into a nearby town where we admired the beautiful historic Dutch colonial architecture, had some amazing food before heading to the famous tulip fields and exploring the Dutch countryside. We even captured a rainbow over a windmill. I can't say I'd ever think to book a ticket to Amsterdam and then drive 4 hours to come to this town, but thanks to this windmill, I'm glad I did. After breakfast, we quickly packed up as we continue our journey into Amsterdam from our humble windmill to an Airbnb that I still can't even believe is real. We are in the city center of Amsterdam in Netherlands at the Veralde Crane Hotel. My friend Edwin brought us out here to stay in one of the 3 hotel rooms that are 50 meters up from where we're standing. Kind of give you a brief detail of what he went through over almost 10 years of renovation now to this crane. Edwin comes along, buys this from the municipal of Amsterdam for €1. And then proceeds to put 4.5 million euro into what we see now. I mean, this was all deconstructed. It was shipped places, shipped back to rebuild what we see now here today. So behind all the graffiti and everything, disguised is your front entrance of this space. You just lift this little secret hatch up, type in the secret code, and then the elevator and stairwell system reveals itself. Let's go in and start the tour. Punch in the code. And through the graffiti door, this is actually on like a weighted system. You can see right here by the elevator, those weights going down. The vibe completely shifts to this graffiti artistic area into more of a curated space. It's elevated. You have this red spiral staircase that actually takes you up to the studio space. So we're gonna head up through this area. We're gonna hit the doorbell here, and this opens up to your elevator. So this all slides back, revealing this elevator with more of this green wall backed right here. Pick up your key card, scan it here, and we're gonna head up into the Faralda Crane Hotel. Officially to the second floor. Out these doors, there is a circular patio, but we haven't made it to the top yet. So we still have to take another elevator ride to the very top, where we're gonna be staying 50 meters above the ground here. And it's really cool because I'm gonna flash some old pictures of this shipyard of these cranes working on these enormous ships right here. And it's cool because now we get to still enjoy this part of history, just in a very, very different way. And you've got this great overlook of the river here and the downtown area of Amsterdam. And these views are only gonna get better as we continue up the elevator to our hotel room. As we step up, let's go check out the hotel room. The elevators get just a little bit smaller, but just enough room for Lydia and I to go up here. Welcome in. You have a suspended seating area right here to, again, further the suspendedness that you feel up here. And actually, when you enter this suite for the first time, it feels like you just entered a hotel room, but then you begin to look around and notice that you have a 360 degree of the downtown city area of Amsterdam, and obviously overlooking the shipyard and the marina here. And I also want to point out that there is a bathroom and running water in here. I didn't believe it when Edwin was telling me this. There you have it. 50 meters up in a crane and you've got water, but all the modern amenities that you would have in a normal hotel room, just now in a crane. Rainfall shower head with the port window with a view of the city, and everything just has really cool texture and depth and stories in this space. And then above, we have this lofted space, and this is where we're gonna be sleeping tonight. So let's head up here and continue this room tour. So here on the landing, you're gonna notice immediately the deep soaking tub right here. And Edwin, the owner, was telling us that they actually had to bring, ironically, a crane up to this crane to put in this enormous bathtub. This is one of the very few bathtubs that I probably fit in. So I'll have to try this out later. And then the king size bed. And again, I think they had to use a crane to get all this stuff up here because obviously there's no way to put it up that tiny little elevator. And I wanted to ask Lydia, so you guys know I'm not lying. Does this feel like a hotel room, or does this feel like you're swaying in the wind like a crane?
No swaying in the wind. I feel like I'm in a hotel room and I'm sure I'll sleep like a baby tonight.
I'm looking forward to this, and then the view is just crazy. Yeah, I can't even feel that.
You didn't even feel a thing?
Which is nuts. But then you look out the window and then you're brought back to reality a bit again. You're like, oh. And also a little fun fact, this is the most expensive property per square meter in the entire country of the Netherlands, which is just wild. Again, they bought it for €1 from the municipal of Amsterdam and obviously put in €4.5 million to build this space. But now let's go ahead back down. And I want to take you guys to the very top of the crane, which gets a little spooky if you're scared of heights, but that's where they put the hot tub and spa area, and the views, again, are just unmatched. The worst part about this is, well, of course, looking down and just the cracks right here, the gaps are just wild. So you shut that bad boy and then you turn around here, got the key. So here we got the Free Spirit, the Secret, the Mystique room that we are currently in, and then the rooftop and spa, which you're going to right now. It's kind of freaky and it's a little surreal that we're even doing this, because you look out the window and yeah, your stomach just drops a little bit. And we've made it to the rooftop. It's a little rainy right now, but we can still step out and check it out. We're on the top of the crane, guys. This is crazy. Just imagine on a nice Amsterdam night or cold night even, you come up here, you flip open the top of the hot tub and you just chill right here and just watch the city and look at all the ferries go by. This is so beautiful. This is actually a large hot tub, probably fits around 8 people up here. You've got places to place drinks, the lighting surrounding, and I want to point out this right here. So check this out. You'll notice there's a cutout section here in the steel and then a walkway, which actually leads you all the way out to the end where they used to bungee jump. We're not gonna be doing that. I'll never bungee jump. No tour could ever get me to bungee jump. That is psychotic. But now let's head back down because honestly, I'm not great with heights. Okay, so I believe They just came to the door. I think they brought us breakfast, Lydia. Okay, let me just go check. Look at this. They literally brought us breakfast and then they just went down the elevator. They just dipped. So I was not expecting to get breakfast served to me from an elevator up in my crane room.
Dude, these smell really good.
I know, it smells awesome. But as awesome as staying in the crane was and is, we gotta go to the next Airbnb. Let's go. So after tirelessly traveling all day, we finally made it to Lapland, Finland, where we trusted this tiny rental car to take us 4 hours north to the Arctic Circle, where we're gonna be staying the next night in an igloo. Come on into our igloo. We've got 5 different options here, and these kind of rent around, depending on the season, 150 to 250 a night. It just ranges, right? We're actually the only ones here right now. So we're picking the largest one, right?
The presidential suite.
As I slide in here, look at this. Come on in. This is our new home. It's an igloo. Take your shoes off.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, so this is a legitimate igloo. They actually make these by inflating a giant mold essentially, and just putting a bunch of artificial snow on it and then misting it essentially. And that's what makes it kind of like an eggshell almost. And this is where we're gonna be sleeping. And if you notice this right here, that's solid ice from the lake just out there, and we're going to be cold plunging as well later in this video. So
oh gosh.
Yeah, Lydia's looking forward to it.
I'm looking forward to the sauna, not the cold plunge.
There's a sauna too, so we'll get in both. This is actually a local artist that does each and every one of these, and we'll show you some of the cool artwork that they've done inside of the backs of these igloos. And then of course you've got where we're gonna be sleeping. So obviously they gave us the snow gear, the boots, and we've got these. So give you an idea, I'll have Lydia show you how this works and how this insulation is going to make us so we don't die tonight.
This is our first layer that we get inside. So I'll go ahead and let's imagine I'm in all the way. We've got our top layer right here that we then can zip from here all the way up. So it just like cocoons us.
And this
like
bag is full of just hot water.
Yep, we're gonna boil some water tonight and put it at our feet, and we're sleeping on top of reindeer to keep our backsides warm.
All right, so now we're gonna head back out to the igloo and see what the rest of the ranch has, and then have some dinner. And I think dinner, well, you'll see what it is. Okay, so we're eating reindeer soup and reindeer
Pie.
or pie. Yeah,
How is it?
it tastes like beef.
Some kind of beefy. Good to know.
So let's see by morning if our water's frozen. I mean, I feel like it might. So we're gonna report back in the morning, and yeah, we've got a whole day planned. You guys have to keep watching to see if we die or not.
Just like cold.
Good night.
Good night.
But just as we were about to go to bed, this happened.
Oh my gosh, that is so beautiful. That's insane.
We made it. We're alive. The water's frozen, but now it's time to get out, go to the lodge, get some food. I was really warm up until my zipper broke. That was definitely a night I'm never gonna forget, but we crawled out of our igloo, walked over to the ranch, had some breakfast, and then it finally came time to hop into the frozen lake. Just in the middle of a lake right now, that's it.
Well done. There we go.
Let's go.
You have a long way to dunk.
Let's go. All right, let's go to the sauna.
Yeah.
After thawing out in the sauna, it was time to brave the roads once again, as we had a 2.5 hour drive north to our final stop here in Finland before plunging into the third country on this trip. We have made it to, where are we at, Lid?
We're in Circa, Finland.
So we drove about 2.5 hours from the igloo to this 226 square foot glass box, tiny home, super luxury. It kind of reminds me a little bit of the Invisible House in Joshua Tree, California.
Just a mini
Just on
version.
a micro scale, but there's really everything in here. This is what we got. We have a queen size bed and above. This is all heated glass here, even on the walls as well. And in case you're wondering, this is a one-way mirror, so your neighbors can't see inside unless they're...
No peeping toms.
No peeping toms. So Lydia will now demonstrate how to close the blinds that are on this heated roof.
Okay.
All right, go for it.
Here we go. Over here is our kitchen. So we have our stovetop bag behind this cabinet door. We have tea, coffee maker, glassware, everything that you need, pots and pans. So you really, like I said, you don't have to leave your glass box while you're here.
Did I mention heated tile, Lydia? I feel like I didn't get enough of a reaction out of you out of the heated tile.
I'm excited for the heated tile.
Well, usually you like freak out about this.
Woo! I guess that wasn't good enough.
All right, Lydia, what are we racing for?
Loser has to lay in the snow.
Oh my. Let me know. Oh. Oh my God. Yes, you're going in the snow. You're going in the snow. You're going in the snow, Lyd. Give me an angel. Yes. Yes. After getting our body temperatures back up, we walked to our tiny home to relax just for a few hours before the long 4.5-hour drive back to the airport. Even now, nearly a month later, I still miss that bed. I mean, just look at the size of the memory foam topper, easily the best bed of the entire trip. But the sunrise did, however, make it a little bit more worth it as we said goodbye to Finland and hello to the third country on this trip, the beautiful country of
Scotland!
The Needpath Castle is not your ordinary Airbnb. This is a historical monument built originally in 1190 and then burnt to the ground by the English in 1310. Sir William Hayden built what you see here standing today in the late 14th century. This castle has stories of ghosts, death, queens, and of course it wouldn't be a proper castle without a dungeon.
So some pretty cool people have stayed here or have been to the castle, but it's believed that Mary Queen of Scots actually stayed here in 1563.
And every review that you're going to read about this castle is a 5 out of 5 star because of the experience and just the ambiance that this castle has and the restoration process that went into what you see today. It's just top tier. And we're going to start this tour here in the bedroom. So off your little dining room moment, you have the living room, and you got the wood burning fireplace behind me, and all the tapestries on the walls just creating for a really cool ambience. I mean, we're in a castle, right?
Exactly. And this room actually used to not be here. It used to be part of the dining hall below us.
Starting on the top, and we're gonna work our way down. And it's gonna be hard because obviously this castle, it's a maze, but at the same time, like they just did such a great job keeping everything as original as possible. This is where we're gonna be staying the night. And we've just heard a bunch of ghost stories going into this night. So we'll see how we do. We'll see if we make it.
Back in the day, the walls used to just have tapestry all over them to help with the heat.
Yeah.
So the walls wouldn't have looked like this. They would have looked like this guy over here.
So off of our bed, there's this mannequin right here. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to sleep, Lyd, with this. I feel like it's gonna be floating above our bed after all the stories.
What? So what if she is? Yeah, it's probably fine. And we've got the bathroom in here. We've got a full tub, so that'll be really nice to get into later.
Oh yeah.
And you have an amazing view outside.
Okay, I'm gonna take you guys out to my favorite part of this castle, and that is the spiral staircase that goes the entire height of this 5-story castle. Shall we go up?
Let's go up.
So if you look outside this window, you're probably seeing a lot of missing castle. That's because there's this guy.
Oliver helped destroy this tower. I think it took like 100 and almost 50 years before it fell down.
Yeah, so he didn't do a good attempt, but he went all around Scotland just destroying castles for no reason.
Bad dude.
The property manager is saying he didn't get Legos or something growing up.
He didn't get the Lego set he wanted growing up.
So he just destroyed people's property, and he actually shot from that riverbank right there because this castle, they assumed no one would be attacking from that side. So they didn't build defenses on that side. They built it from the land in the front, yes.
Yeah.
But now we're gonna make our first stop. This is where the most important man in this castle would have stayed. This is a floating fireplace because there actually used to be another bedroom above these logs that you can see here. But then wrapping around the corner is where the Duke would stay. And he's got some cool stuff over here, I'm not gonna lie.
He's got some cool artifacts in this room. So now they use it as like an entertainment, like media room. You can set up beanbags, watch a movie.
Yeah, the cinema room.
The cinema room. This guy is really interesting. It's a mummified rat that they found in the castle.
That's an old rat right there.
That's a very old rat.
Step up here, and this is exciting because the Duke actually had a safe room. So if something was happening outside of the castle and he needed to hide, he had this lane down to this safe room, which I'm gonna show you here. It's being used currently as basically a storage unit, but we'll head down there in a moment. I want to take you guys around this way. Out this door gives you an incredible view, and this is where we started the tour when we said welcome to Scotland. But so this is one of the still working rooftop terraces here on the Neath Path Castle, and we have a great sight line of the river, all the country rolling hills. We have some fog and some mist coming off the mountains over here. It's a beautiful sight line. This is where they would have had like the little fire area and like the guard tower. So, you know, they'd light the fire to alert other villages or towns or castles if they're gonna be under attack. And it's just cool to like live out, I guess, like this storybook, fairy tale feeling inside this castle. So this is gonna wrap back around and we're gonna head down the spiral staircase and we're gonna go check out some of the other rooms here in this huge castle.
So if the castle was under attack, this is where the Duke would go to sneak away to his safe room.
Or if he just wanted to get away from, you know, his mistresses.
That's true. He probably had a lot of mistresses and just needed to get away. Like, okay, ladies, we get it. Down the steep stairs.
Yeah, these stairs, I mean, look at my foot. It fits on like half of these steps. This is his safe room, but now it's
just
more
storage.
or less just a storage room. But you can kind of get an idea of what this might have looked like back in the day, what he might have had inside of this room. So I wasn't even expecting the majority of the stuff here in this castle. I didn't know what I was walking into.
I had no clue, zero clue. All right, let's go down.
And this actually leads back to our bedroom, but we're going to continue going down further and check out the rest of this property.
So this is where our bedroom was, behind that door.
So there's tons of stories about Neath Path Castle, and we're standing in the second floor of this enormous home. And this wall and the ceilings, these are all new additions. This used to be like the food hall, the great room. So imagine a 2-tier vaulted ceiling right here that extended to this other room. And you're gonna notice a crack that goes from width to width in that other room. And that was an elevated surface where the artists used to play for the people right here. The dukes and people of importance would sit kind of right here on an elevated surface because of course they had to be above everyone else. And then behind Lydia, this is an 8 by 8 foot massive fireplace that used to heat this grand food hall. There's a legend told by one of the maids of Neath Path Castle years ago of a girl who had a relationship with a boy in town, and the father did not approve of the lover's relationship and sent the boy away to war. And clearly the daughter, dying of heartbreak, the father called back the boy to this town, and as the boy stepped through this archway that you see directly through this very window, the girl used and expended all of her energy that she had left to this very window, and as she walked up, the boy did not recognize her at all, and she died of heartbreak right here. So now I want to show you guys my favorite part of this castle. I'm not going to spoil what it is, but it's right through these doors. Let's just say if you're bad, this is where you go. I'm talking about you, Lydia. If you're bad, this is where you go. Through this door, into the stairwell again, you step over here.
And you go into the guard of the prisoners room.
And they were not allowed to leave.
Yeah, he was not allowed to leave. The bathroom is in the same room.
Look at this. This is the bathroom. I have to show them this. This is the gong. It's a replica, but it's made to obviously mimic.
Dinner time.
Yeah, exactly. So they'd come running out. But this, believe it or not, is the toilet, and be prepared because there is a drop.
And it does not go into where the prisoners are at.
You can't see it on camera, but the drop is 15, 20 feet. And obviously, where do the prisoners go? Something's a little bit different about this room. So if you look around.
I'm scared to actually step on it.
Right there.
This is where the prisoners would be gently put down into their cell.
Yeah, so imagine this. Lydia's a prisoner. This is open. They would just toss them down there. 12-foot drop. And there's something down there that you will never guess. I was completely blown away when I saw this. It was terrifying.
Let's go check it out then. So down here, back down the stairs.
Gotta hold onto that rope.
You can actually, I could like swing.
Oh my God. And this rope goes all the way up. Like, it's crazy.
You need it.
Yeah, you need it too. So here's where things get a little crazy. So obviously with this place being, over 700 years old, there's a lot of stories. People have come and gone, but this is the dungeon right here. This is all they had to work with. And then above is the door where they would toss them in, which is about, 12 feet up. But right here is their toilet. So again, behind this, they're prisoners, right? So they had a toilet and that's where they went to the bathroom. And it's literally just a drafty hole in the wall, which is wild in itself. But people have come and gone, like I've said. One story in particular, there was a man who fell asleep on the property in the garden here.
He fell asleep on the Duke's favorite bench.
On the Duke's favorite bench. Oh my gosh, God forbid that he fall asleep on a bench. But he did, and the Duke wanted to make an example out of him. So they tossed him down here. They went away for the weekend. They came back, and they were laying in bed, and I think the lady was like, hey, did we leave that guy down there still? They went and checked on him, and 3 of his fingers were chewed off, and he was dead on the floor.
And they forgot about him, was the saddest part. They were gonna just leave him for like maybe a night or something, but they forgot about him.
Every castle has a beginning, the foundation, but really, all life revolves around water, right? So they built a well. So this is the well, and I was not expecting this at all, but it goes 22 feet down. I don't know if you can capture that on a camera as much because it's just super dark. They built this because there's a spring on the hill that went into here, and eventually it dried up, and the well moved, and so now, well, it should have been used as the dungeon at some point because in Peebles, this was the only prison nearby. And there was no other prison, so prisoners were just held here in their dungeon and kept here.
In the castle.
In the castle. So the castle kind of went from this protective military, vibe to obviously more of a home, and an incredible amount of history here in this castle. But now we're gonna go check out some of the grounds on this property. I mean, it's just beautiful. Can you imagine inheriting this?
That would be amazing. Inherit a castle.
It's like, hey, Lydia, got a castle now. Like, it's just like, it's nuts. And out through this gate is kind of just more of the grounds here and the gardens. And again, all these gardens were completely stripped and sold off for 10 million pounds by one of the past owners. So there's not a lot of stuff here because they took everything. But this is some of the gardens that would have extended here on this property.
It used to look like Versailles.
The reality of this trip was that we were racing against the clock almost at all times with only 1 or 2 nights in each Airbnb. We left Peebles, speeding north through Edinburgh on a grueling 4.5 hour long car ride to one of the most beautiful castles in the entire world, Eilean Donut. But after another perilous drive and shattered windshield and lost security deposit, we headed to our last country on this journey. Budapest! We have finally landed in Budapest, Hungary, staying at the Poet Garden Villa. We have elevated views here in this home of the entire parliament, the castle, everything from downtown Budapest, and we can just see everything. It is by far the most expensive stay, around $1,800 on average per night to stay here in this villa, and the reviews reflect that. Of course, this is another 5 out of 5 star Airbnb or stay or accommodation, whatever you want to call it. Lydia's in the back cooking up some food. We just got here. We pulled an all-nighter just to get here, so we're barely pulling it together. It's so funny. It costs like $1,800 a night to stay here, and I think our dinner is like $4 a plate. We're eating basically what you'd feed your kids, but that's what happens when you're traveling to 7 countries in 30 days. Okay, I just found out this detail in this countertop completely by accident. I was just cleaning the surface that I noticed 5 little holes that were drilled through this marble. Let me show you. But you just do this and all those lights come up, and these are actually different modes or settings that you can change the lighting and mood for this living room. It's so cool. So you can walk directly out the primary suite bedroom onto these rocks that lead you over this water pathway. Hot tub directly in front of us. You have this bonsai tree, outdoor shower, and then you even have the infrared sauna Something about having robes on just makes this feel even more luxurious.
I feel bougie.
I don't even own a robe, so I think that's probably why. Fine.
You should change that. Every person should own a robe.
This is by far the most expensive and luxurious Airbnb that we'll be staying at during this video, with over 104 pieces of artwork throughout this penthouse. And then if you take the private elevator down, you can walk through this underground tunnel where there's even more artwork as you step outside into your private garden with sculptures that are continuously moving 24/7, giving the villa the name Poet's Garden.
What is this thing? This is like a rope couch.
I've never seen a couch like this.
Never. This house is a nice mixed balance of like functional art. But this I definitely would say is more art than function. So right here you've got the cloud couch, and this one's actually quite comfortable.
It is. It's very comfortable.
Okay, tell me this chair doesn't look like this dog.
Good boy.
Like, just like, it looks like the
Shar-Pei.
The Shar-Pei dog.
It does. I have to try out all the chairs. Gavren said so.
But I want to show you guys the rest of this place. There's 4 bedrooms, 4.5 bathrooms, just under 2,400 square feet, and everything is just as curated as this living room.
So down the hallway, we've got 3 bedrooms. We've got one right here, but it's so cool because like the lights will start to turn on. You've got this skylight right here with the plants, but back here is where we're gonna be staying.
So this is somehow our room. So you got the king size bed, and then this is a great feature right here.
This is the coolest shower I've ever seen. It
This
moves.
is on a circular rail system. Of course, I mean,
Why not?
It's a circular shower. Just noticing new things around every corner. This is all like recycled wood, and you can tell this is from like the subfloor of a house and just random wood.
Oh,
that
it
are
is,
recycled.
yeah.
Again, you're gonna notice that that is exactly what you're seeing on the exterior of this home, but now they just replicate it on the insides.
Even the faucets set below these beautiful chandeliers are super cool. Look at that.
This is the temperature up there, so everything has like a use. It's just very untraditional. I love everything about this. So off this circular shower, you have another really cool feature, which I'll show you here. Look at this.
No privacy? Privacy.
So you're never interrupted from the view unless, well, you know, you need to. But I want to take you guys outside and show you the sauna and pool and then the rooftop area. This is probably the perfect way to end this 30-day trip. It's been crazy. I'm exhausted.
Woo!
You're probably spent.
Day has been so unique and just memories we'll have for a lifetime.
What's that?
Orange juice.
I thought you were grabbing coffee for the 100th time.
No, I'm gonna have that later.
Okay, got it.